Think like a success, act like a success. Have you ever wondered why some people win before they even cross the starting line? It's not luck. It's not who they know. It's how they think. See, success doesn't start when you get the job, the deal, or the applause. It starts the moment you decide in your mind that you were born for more. The moment you start thinking differently, everything starts shifting. Because the truth is, you can't act like a champion if you're still thinking like a runner up. You've got to see it in your mind before you ever hold it in your hand. That's the power of mindset. That's where success begins. Success doesn't start when the check clears, when the crowd applauds, or when the door finally opens. It starts in the mind, long before anyone sees your breakthrough. Long before you ever hold the result in your hand, it's already begun in your thoughts. If your mind is filled with doubt, fear, negativity, and limitation, no amount of external opportunity will save you. Because the mind will sabotage what the hand tries to build. Your life is always moving in the direction of your dominant thoughts. If you believe you're not worthy, you'll never chase what you deserve. If you believe it's too late, you'll miss out on what's still possible. And if you constantly rehearse failure in your head, you'll hesitate every time success shows up. That's why mindset is everything. You don't need permission to start thinking differently. You don't need a degree, a background, or a special connection to believe bigger. All you need is a decision. A moment where you draw a line in the sand and say, I will no longer think like I'm average, broke, defeated, or overlooked. Because until your mindset changes, your habits won't. And until your habits change, your life won't. You can have all the potential in the world, but if your mind tells you it's not possible, you'll keep sitting on gifts that were meant to elevate your life. That's the danger of a limited mindset. It keeps your future hostage to your past. And here's the thing. Your environment may not look like success. Your history might not scream victory. But your mind doesn't have to be a reflection of where you've been. It can be a projection of where you're going. You can live in the middle of lack and still think abundance. You can be surrounded by doubt and still choose belief. That kind of thinking doesn't deny your reality. It decides not to be defined by it. That's how transformation begins. Not when things change around you, but when something changes inside you. You've got to guard your mind like a vault. Not everything deserves access. Not every voice should have a seat. You can't let negativity set up shop in your head rent-free. What you feed your mind becomes your mindset, and your mindset becomes your lifestyle. If all you feed it is fear, comparison, scarcity, and excuses, then don't be surprised when your life reflects that. But when you start feeding it faith, vision, discipline, and gratitude, something shifts. Your confidence rises. Your focus sharpens. Your potential gets unlocked. It's not about pretending you've already made it. It's about thinking in alignment with where you want to go. It's about shifting your language from I hope to I expect, from someday to now, from maybe to why will. That internal shift has more power than any external applause. Because when you believe in your vision, even before the world does, that belief becomes your fuel. It keeps you pushing when nothing is working. It silences doubt when the pressure gets loud. It keeps you showing up when giving up feels easier. The way you think sets the tone for how you move. If your thoughts are small, your actions will be safe. If your thoughts are fearful, your decisions will be timid. But when your thoughts are bold, your actions become fearless. When you think like a success, even when nothing around you looks like it, you start attracting what aligns with that mindset. Opportunities open, doors shift, people notice. Not because of what you have, but because of who you've decided to become. And it all starts in your mind. That's the birthplace of every breakthrough. You've got to see it before you ever touch it. That's one of the most powerful truths about success. If you can't see yourself winning in your mind, it's almost impossible to win in real life. The vision has to come before the victory. You have to believe in your future, even when your present looks like a mess. It's not about lying to yourself. It's about seeing past the noise, the doubt, and the limitations and locking in on the life that's waiting for you on the other side of fear. Visualization isn't just imagination. It's mental preparation. Champions are made in the mind before they ever step into the ring. When you wake up every day with a clear picture of where you're going, it changes how you move. You start walking differently. You stop second-guessing yourself. You stop settling for less because you've already seen more. That picture in your mind becomes your anchor. It holds you down when everything around you is shaking. It reminds you why you started when quitting looks easier. You don't need everybody else to see it. You just need to see it for yourself. Because the moment you do, the grind becomes worth it. The setbacks don't shake you as much. The delays don't derail you like they used to. You're not moved by the moment. You're motivated by the mission. Now don't get it twisted. Just seeing it isn't enough. You still have to work for it. But vision gives the work direction. Without vision, you're just busy. With vision, you're building. And when you've already seen yourself winning, when you've already visualized yourself walking through that door, landing that opportunity, owning that moment, your faith kicks in. And when faith shows up, fear has to back down. That inner belief becomes louder than the outer doubt. Most people wait for the win to believe. They wait for the evidence, the applause, the breakthrough. But the ones who succeed on another level, they believe before there's any sign. They talk like they already made it, not out of arrogance, but out of alignment. Their words match their vision. Their posture matches their purpose. They don't need outside validation because they've already done the work on the inside. That's what separates the dreamers from the doers. Dreamers hope. Doers see it, speak it, and chase it like it's already theirs. And yes, there will be days when your vision feels like a lie, when your current situation makes you question everything. You'll be tempted to shrink back, to play small, to adjust your dreams to match your reality. But don't you dare lower your vision to match your circumstances. You elevate your mindset to match your vision. The vision is there to stretch you, to push you, to pull you forward even when everything else is trying to hold you back. The key is consistency. Keep seeing it every day. Write it down. Speak it out loud. Walk in it. You've got to train your mind to believe what your eyes can't see yet. You've got to treat the vision like it's real until it becomes your reality. And when you do that, you won't just think like a success, you'll start living like one. Because vision sets the tone. It directs your choices. It builds your confidence. And over time, it pulls success into your life like a magnet. All because you saw it first. That's where the journey begins. In the mind, in the vision, in the decision to see yourself winning before the world does. Everybody wants the prize, but not everybody is willing to pay the price. That's the difference between people who dream and people who do. You can have the biggest vision in the world, but if you don't have discipline, it'll stay trapped in your imagination. Dreaming is easy. Discipline is what separates those who talk about success from those who live it. Discipline is the muscle that carries your vision when motivation runs out. It's the difference between saying you want it and showing that you're ready for it. Discipline is about doing what you said you would do long after the mood you said it in has left. You don't feel like waking up early. You don't feel like sacrificing comfort, scrolling less, eating right, reading more, or staying late. But you do it anyway. Why? Because the vision demands it. The goal doesn't care about your feelings. The dream doesn't adjust itself to your convenience. If you want what few have, you've got to do what few are willing to do. And that starts with choosing discipline over excuses every single day. We live in a world that rewards shortcuts, quick wins, and highlight reels. But real success, the kind that lasts, is built in silence. It's built in the early mornings when no one is watching. It's built in the decisions you make when no one's around to clap for you. The grind isn't pretty. It's lonely, it's uncomfortable, and it can feel endless. But that's where growth lives. That's where your character gets shaped. That's where your habits form the foundation for everything you say you want. When you act with discipline, you start attracting results. People respect consistency. Life rewards effort. You may not see the return right away, but don't let that fool you. The seed you plant in discipline will bear fruit in due time. But if you keep starting and stopping, if you keep quitting when it gets hard, you'll never see the full reward of your effort. Success is not just about talent. It's about persistence. It's about showing up again and again, especially when it's not easy. And listen, discipline doesn't mean you won't mess up. You will. Everybody does. But the difference is you don't stay down. You don't throw the whole dream away because you had a bad day. You reset, refocus, and keep going. Because discipline is not about being perfect. It's about being committed. It's about making the decision every day that your future matters more than your feelings. That your purpose is more important than your comfort. That your habits today are shaping your reality tomorrow. Eventually, the things that once felt hard become second nature. You don't have to force it. It becomes part of who you are. You stop negotiating with yourself. You stop giving in to the voice that says, "Not today." And that's when the shift happens. That's when momentum kicks in. That's when the work starts working for you. The sacrifices start paying off. The late nights turn into opportunities. The small steps add up to big wins. So if you really want to act like a success, start building discipline like your life depends on it, because it does. You can think like a success all day long, but until your actions match your ambition, it won't mean a thing. Let your work speak louder than your words. Let your consistency tell the story. And remember, the dream works when you do. Every day, every choice, every step. That's what turns vision into victory. The way you carry yourself tells the world what you believe about yourself. If you walk small, speak soft, and play timid, the world assumes you don't believe you belong. But when you carry yourself with confidence, not arrogance, but real inner assurance, everything changes. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't need $1 million bank account or a fancy title. What you need is the mindset that it's already yours. You've got to act like it before it shows up. That doesn't mean faking success. It means standing in the belief that what's coming is already on the way, and you're preparing yourself to receive it. When you move through life like you know who you are and whose you are, you attract different energy. People treat you differently when you treat yourself like you matter. And I'm not talking about being flashy or loud. I'm talking about the quiet strength that says, "I'm here on purpose. I have value. I deserve a seat at the table." That kind of confidence doesn't come from approval. It comes from alignment. It comes from knowing your worth, even if nobody else has acknowledged it yet. It's easy to shrink when you're in unfamiliar rooms. It's tempting to downplay your greatness just to make others comfortable. But don't. You weren't created to fit in. You were designed to stand out. And when you carry yourself like it's already yours, doors begin to open that hesitation would have kept closed. People may ask, who does he think he is? Or why is she acting like she's already made it? But let them talk. That's not your concern. Your job is to walk in the image of your future self, even when your present doesn't match it yet. Because if you keep acting like the person you want to become, you'll eventually become that person. Your words will line up. Your habits will line up. Your opportunities will line up. That's how success works. It flows to the one who's already positioned for it. You can't beg life for blessings while thinking and acting like you don't deserve them. You've got to elevate your posture to match your purpose. Every time you speak with boldness, every time you show up prepared, every time you walk into a space like you belong there, you're aligning yourself with the very thing you're believing for. And no, it's not about being perfect. It's about being intentional. You may not have all the experience, but you have the attitude. You may not have the title, but you have the drive. And that's what makes people take notice. That's what opens doors you didn't even knock on. Your walk, your tone, your focus, your energy, it all sends signals. If you constantly carry doubt, if you carry fear, if you carry insecurity, the world will believe that's your identity. But when you carry clarity, purpose, and expectation, you shift how people respond to you. You shift how opportunities come to you. You shift how life opens up in front of you. And that shift begins when you stop waiting to arrive before acting like you belong. Acting like it's already yours doesn't mean being loud or cocky. It means living every day like preparation, not hesitation. Dressing like where you're headed. Speaking like the version of you that already succeeded. Carrying yourself with excellence even when nobody's watching. Because here's the truth. How you carry yourself tells the world how to treat you. It sets the tone for your relationships, your work, your future. And the world mirrors back to you what you believe about yourself. So believe big. Move with confidence. Walk like you already own the room, because eventually you will. One of the biggest lies people believe is that they need to wait until everything is perfect to start. Wait until you've got more money, more support, more time. Wait until you feel more confident, more prepared, more qualified. But the truth is, if you keep waiting for perfect conditions, you'll be waiting forever. Success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who move. You don't need all the pieces in place to begin. You just need to make a move with what you've got. Waiting won't build momentum. Action does. And the moment you stop waiting and start moving, you tell life you're serious about your goals. Some of the greatest breakthroughs are hidden behind simple acts of obedience. Making the call, sending the email, showing up when you don't feel like it, taking one small step that leads to the next. You don't have to leap a mountain. Just take one step forward. Because progress isn't about speed, it's about direction. You can move slowly and still outpace the one who's standing still. The ones who make it aren't always the most talented, the most connected, or the most educated. They're the ones who said, I don't have it all, but I'm going to do something with what I've got. Too often, people stay stuck in planning mode, always preparing but never producing. Preparation is good. It's necessary. But preparation without execution becomes procrastination. At some point, you have to leave the safety of the drawing board and step onto the field. You'll never know how strong your idea is until you test it in the real world. And yes, you'll make mistakes. You'll stumble. You'll learn lessons the hard way. But those experiences grow you. They stretch you. They prepare you for the next level in a way that theory never could. If you study anyone who's built something meaningful, you'll find didn't have all the answers when they began. They just started. They figured it out along the way. They said yes to the opportunity before they felt ready. And because they moved, doors started opening. Resources started showing up. Connections began forming. That's how faith works. It meets you at the point of action, not hesitation. Life rewards the bold, not the comfortable. The key is to stop looking at what you don't have and start maximizing what you do have. Maybe you don't have the big funding, but you've got an idea. Maybe you don't have a crowd cheering you on, but you've got a fire in your belly. Maybe you don't have years of experience, but you've got raw passion and a willingness to learn. Use that. That's your starting line. Waiting for more is just an excuse dressed in logic. You've got enough to begin. And when you do begin, when you take that first uncomfortable step, something shifts inside you. Confidence builds. Clarity grows. And you realize that the thing you were so afraid of wasn't as scary as you thought. Movement breeds momentum. Momentum attracts opportunities. And opportunities change lives. None of that happens if you're standing still. So stop waiting for a sign. Stop waiting for the stars to align. Stop waiting for someone to pick you, validate you, or give you permission. You don't need any of that. You need to move. Right now, with what you have, from where you are. The path gets clearer the more you walk it. Don't let fear of imperfection rob you of progress. The future belongs to the movers, the doors, the ones who step out even when it's messy. Start now. Start scared. Just start. The words you speak are seeds. Every time you open your mouth, you are planting something into your future. The way you talk about yourself, your dreams, your circumstances, and your abilities, those words shape your reality. There's power in your tongue, and success has a language. If all you ever speak is lack, fear, doubt, and defeat, then that's the harvest you'll get. But when you speak victory, when you speak faith, when you speak expectation, you align your life with a greater outcome. You can't think like a success and talk like a failure. That contradiction will keep you stuck every time. What you say reflects what you believe. You can't say, "I'll never make it," and expect to rise. You can't say, "I'm not good enough," and expect to feel confident. That kind of talk isn't harmless. It's destructive. Your subconscious listens to everything you say, and it starts looking for evidence to prove you right. That's why you've got to train your mouth to speak what you want, not just what you see. Even if your bank account is low, speak abundance. Even if you feel afraid, speak courage. Even if the door hasn't opened yet, speak like you already hear the knock. It's not about pretending. It's about positioning. You're not lying to yourself. You're aligning yourself. You're putting your words in agreement with your destiny. Think about it. Every successful person, no matter their field, uses affirmations whether they realize it or not. They speak with clarity. They speak with confidence. They speak with expectation. They say things like, "I will figure it out. This opportunity belongs to me. I am more than capable," even when nothing around them supports that belief. Why? Because words create worlds. If you want to live in a different world, you've got to start speaking it into existence. Watch how you talk about your situation. Stop rehearsing defeat. Stop repeating the pain. Start declaring possibility. Start speaking solutions. Your words are a blueprint. If you say you're stuck, your brain will find ways to keep you stuck. If you say you're growing, learning, and moving forward, your brain will get to work making that your reality. It's not magic. It's focus. It's intention. It's the way the mind responds to language. Think about the people who inspire you the most. Listen to how they talk. They don't speak like victims. They speak like victors. They don't speak from where they are. They speak from where they're going. That's not ego. That's vision. And vision is contagious. When you speak in the language of success, not only do you shift your own mindset, you begin to influence those around you. You create a culture of belief, momentum, and possibility. And let's be real, this isn't always easy. It's a habit you have to build. It's a muscle you have to train, especially when life hits hard. It's tempting to speak the pain, but even in struggle, you can choose your language. You can say, this is tough, but I'm tougher. You can say, I'm going through it, but I'm not staying here. That shift in language doesn't change the challenge, it changes you. And when you change, your outcomes change too. Every day you have a choice. You can speak what you fear, or you can speak what you're fighting for. You can echo the problem, or you can declare the promise. Your voice carries weight. Use it to lift, not limit. Use it to build, not break. Speak life into your vision, power into your plan, and confidence into your journey. Because success isn't just about how you think, it's about how you speak. So speak like it's already done. Speak like the doors are already opening. Speak like you belong in every room you walk into. Because when your mouth lines up with your mindset, nothing can stop you. Success doesn't start with luck. It starts with how you think, how you walk, how you speak, and how you move. When your mindset is locked on purpose, when your actions match your ambition, and your words reflect your vision, you become unstoppable. Don't wait to become a success. Think like it now, act like it now, and watch your life rise to meet the level of your belief. The future isn't waiting for someone more talented or more lucky. It's waiting on you to show up like it's already yours.